everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Val Marguerite, and today I want to talk to you about one of the most important skills you need to have to achieve all of your goals. I would argue that this is perhaps the most important skill because it's a foundational skill. Without it, nothing would be possible. The secret to having this skill is that there is no secret. We have enough evidence and we have successful people that we can learn from. And guess what? All successful people have this skill. Unsuccessful people do not. So what is the skill that I'm talking about? That's right. It's self-discipline. The best thing about self-discipline is that it's a skill. And if it's a skill, it means that you can learn it. Self-discipline is a skill, it's a practice, it's a lifestyle. Once you incorporate self-discipline into your lifestyle and become consistent, nothing and no one can stop you from achieving your goals. Did you know that about 97% of people do not achieve their goals? Why? Because they are not self-disciplined. They are not focused on high-value goals as opposed to low-value goals. These two terms I want you to be very familiar with, because if you are focusing on low activities or goals, guess what? Your time and energy will go away, and you won't have any left to focus on what really matters, which is what we call high-value goals. How are you going to begin focusing on high-value goals so you can develop your self-discipline? Because it takes time. It takes consistency, and it takes hard work. And it also takes long-term thinking as opposed to short-term thinking or instant gratification. So you need to understand what are the long-term results so you can delay gratification. So this is what I would suggest. And first, let me tell you that I have used self-discipline for over 20 years. I taught it to my students and people that I teach in my courses and coaching. And that's one skill that every successful people that I talk to and study share, and that is self-discipline. We need to discipline ourselves in terms of behavior, in terms of time, discipline, thoughts, everything that we need to achieve our next step in life. We need to be disciplined and aware about where we are at the moment and what we need to do to get to where we want to go. So the first thing I would suggest for you to become self-disciplined is think about the goals. What goals do you want to achieve? If there is anything we have in common, is that we want to achieve our goals, right? So do you know your goals? Take a piece of paper. Don't become distracted, right? Remove any distraction. So in a quiet place, think about the goals that you want to achieve. Perhaps you have already written them somewhere. Yes? One easy or simple way to think about this is to think about your life, the areas of your life. Which area of your life needs the most attention? Is it health, career, relationship, environment? Which one is it? That is the area that you should focus on. Once you identify your area, come up with a goal. Is it a short-term goal, long-term goal? What do I mean by short-term goal? Is it a month, 2 months, 3 months? Long-term, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, right? So once you identify all of your goals based on every area of your life, now you are going to look at your goals, at your list of goals, and you are going to prioritize them so that you can focus on the most important ones. Remember, I talked about most value goals, most important goals or things, as I call them, MIT for short. Right? So once you identify your most important goals or high-value goals, write them down. Write them down, and in fact, you can write them on sticky notes and post them everywhere in your environment so you can see them. So every day when you get up, you see them. When you go to bed, you see them. Yes? When you have lunch, you see them. So that's what you are going to now think about, your goals and how to develop that most important skill, self-discipline, so you can get the job done. Once you identify your goals based on your areas of your life, go ahead and come up with a plan of action. We know, right, that without action, nothing really happens. So you need to have a plan of action for your goals. How are you going to achieve your goals? What plan of action do you need in place? And that's how you are going to develop that self-discipline. Do you need to get up every morning at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock? It doesn't matter what time you get up, but you have to get up and be consistent, right? That's self-discipline. Whether it's raining outside or snowing or whatever it is, it should not matter. You need to get the job done because that's how we build self-discipline and self-resilience. So then you need to look at behaviors. What kind of behaviors do you need to change in order to achieve your goal? For example, if it's a health goal and you want to plan to run a 5K, then you need to also understand behaviors that you need to change in order to have the energy, the stamina, right, to go and train for a 5K. You also need to perhaps look at your environment. What kind of environment do you have around you? The people in your life, are they supportive or not? Do you need to have some modifications in that department or not? Because your number one goal is to develop self-discipline. That is a skill. Don't forget. It's a skill that you can learn. No more excuses, okay? We cannot use excuses or play, the excuse card. No, we can do it because, as I said earlier, if you look at the most successful people, they are self-disciplined people, and they never use excuses to get the job done. And you, my friend, can do the same. Sounds good? Well, that's it for today. So let me ask you, the question is this. So let me ask you this question. Is self-discipline important? Please let me know in the comments. I would love to read your comments. I would love to read your comments about this video and your answer to the question. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Together, we can build a community of self-disciplined and self-resilient people so we can achieve our goals. Not just the 8% or 7% of the people. We too can achieve our goals once we make up our mind and develop the foundational skill, which is self-discipline. That's it, my friends. Thank you so much. Again, subscribe and I will see you next time. I am Val Marguerite. Thank you. Bye-bye.